Hey guys, this is Rich from the 5 Star Closet Company. I'm here to talk about the saw carts that I made for job site installs. I already talked about my tool cart, so now I'm going to take you through how I made these two carts. So basically what I have is one cart for my miter saw, and then another cart here, and this is basically just a mule cart. It's just carrying some of the stuff that I use on the job site. Really all it does is it carries my shop vac. So I got my shop vac, and I got my my suction hose, and then I keep my tool belt in here also. I keep a tool belt in my shop, and I keep a tool belt for on the job site. So I don't have to worry about loading it up or forgetting it at the shop. It's already all in here. I also have a back brace in here somewhere. And I use that too when I do installs. So let's talk about this one first, and then I'll come over to this one. What it was is I used to carry all my tools one by one and load them into my truck every time I did an install. But that got really time consuming, and it was easy to forget things. So instead of doing all that, I said, let me go ahead and make a cart where I'm going to keep my miter saw and a lot of stuff underneath. So basically, you got your saw, and it's ready to go. You flip it open, unplug it, plug it in at the customer's house, and you're ready to go. It's bolted on. The cart, this moves. When I load it up on the truck, it's just already on there. I don't have to strap anything down or unstrap anything. It's ready to go. You can tilt it, lean it, move it. What I did was I basically built a box, cabinet box, and then I just put a handle across the back and screwed it. I glued it and screwed it, and it's tight enough. It's strong enough to carry the weight. So this was one thing I did, and a lot of people are wondering, what is this? Basically, what this is, if you want to shoot the video from over there, I'll show you something. When I'm on a driveway, like over there. When I'm on a driveway, it's slanted, okay? But I need a level surface for when I'm cutting. So let's say the driveway is high up there and it's coming down to the street this way. What I do is, I unlatch the block, put it on the ground, push it up, and now the cart is not going to roll. The wheels are free. So the front wheels are going to be touching the ground, but the back wheels are free. So I can plop this thing down, set up my miter stand, and even when I'm on a hill, it's not going to roll. I can use it, I can cut, it's not going to go anywhere. So I've got one for the front, and then I've also got one for the other side. So same thing, if I want to be on the other side of the driveway, I go ahead and let this one down, plop it in, and then the front wheels are elevated off the ground so that it's not going to roll the other way. So like the tool cart, it's got large wheels on the back, threaded rod all the way through, and then it's got 2-inch casters on the front side. What we've got on the inside is basically just a door and a cabinet. And this is all my excess materials. So all my caulking, I keep a good stack of that in there. When I do a job, if I run out of caulking in my tool cart, I come in here and I grab whatever I need. I've got my heavy-duty extension cord. I've got a second blade that I use. Right now I've got my metal cutting blade on there, but that's my wood or my melamine cutting blade right there. This back. I've got all my excess hardware in here. So if I run out of hardware in my tool cart, I've got all my sheetrock mounts, all my spackle, screws, extra shelf pins. I've even got little booties for your feet. When your customer wants you to, dust your feet off, you just throw these on and you're good to go. That's in the little compartment. And then in the bottom compartment, I just have more of the same. A tarp, more caulking, some spray paint if I need to touch up a few pieces. I've actually got a toolbox in there with some various tools. I rarely use that, but if I need to bust out a micrometer or something, it's in there. So that's all on here. just take my bungee cord, hold it in, and that sucker's done. Ready to roll. The other thing I want to point out is on the sides, on the front, on all the sides, it has these little rings here, these little mounting rings. What that is for is when it's raining, I'll throw a tarp over the whole deal, and then I'll actually take this bungee right here, this multi-ended bungee, and I'll just bungee that all around. And when it's raining, the tarp will keep all the water out of the compartments. This is important. Okay, now I want to talk about my mule cart, my excess cart. Again, I've got my miter stand here. That I just set up when I'm ready to go. This I don't really use when I'm working, but I keep my stuff in there. So again, I've got the top. I only keep the top. The only reason there's a top on here is so that you can keep this dust free. Didn't do the best job. Obviously, there's some dust on here, but I want to keep the dust vac pretty clean when I go into a customer's house. When I'm all done, you know, you want to vacuum up. You want to clean up all the dust and all the wood chips. So that's why I've got that, and like I said, I've got my tool belt in there too. I use that regularly. Now the biggest thing I have in here, and this is really important, I keep a garbage. I keep garbages everywhere. I have a garbage in my tool cart, I have a garbage in here, and I even have a garbage in my truck. But what it is it's 1/4 inch melamine, and I just used angle iron and rivets. And I just riveted it all the way around. It's very light. It's not watertight. Stuff can come through, but I keep my gloves in there also. But basically, when you're cutting pieces of wood off here, you know, on the miter saw, you just cut them off. Keep this in the spot. You cut that off and you just chuck it in, and it's garbage. And then when you're here at the shop, you take it out and you dump it in the garbage, and you put it back. That way you've always got a garbage, and you never leave garbage, you know, excess cuttings or anything at the customer's house. It's very important that you do that. They really hate when you leave messes, so I try to just eliminate that from the get-go. This one's built just like the other ones, big wheels on the back, small wheels in the front, and then handles to pull it up and over. When you load it on the truck, you want to wheel it up, get it on the ramp. I have some 2x10, by 8-foot ramps over here. Those I put on the back of the truck. I just wheel it up, load it in, wheel it up, load it in, and then wheel it up, load it in. And in 3 quick moves, you have every tool you're ever going to need for the job site, for the install. I've been doing it for about 2 or 3 years now, these 3 carts. I've tweaked them here and there, but, doing it like this, it's going to save you so much time overloading each individual tool into your truck. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. I'm Rich from the 5 Star Closet Company, and thanks for watching.